This video will show you how to sketch the graph of a piecewise function involving absolute value. The function we are given is f of x equal to absolute value of x plus 2 for x between minus 4 and 0, and is equal to absolute value of x minus 2 for x between 0 and 4. The meaning of piecewise function means the formula is different for different x. Here there are two p's in this case. We are going to sketch the graph of this function and label clearly all the intersection points. Now, as I mentioned, the graph consists of two pieces. Let's try to focus on the first piece, which is absolute value of x plus 2 for x between minus 4 and 0. So how do we get the graph of absolute value of x plus 2? Then we'll restrict the graph from x equal to minus 4 to 0. First of all, you must understand how to get the graph of absolute value of x. So if you have y equal absolute value of x, the graph will look like this. When x equal to 0, y is equal to 0. And for x equal to 1, y is equal to 1. For x equal to minus 1, y also equal to 1. For x equal to 2, y equal to 2. For x equal to minus 2, y equal to 2 again. So the graph of absolute value of x will look like this. Now, how about the graph of y equal absolute value of x plus 2? Let me redraw another x-axis and y-axis again. Okay, I want to draw the graph of y equal to absolute value of x plus 2. Now this is obtained from drawing the graph of y equal absolute value of x by doing a translation. Notice that if you put x plus 2 equals 0, you get x equal to minus 2. That means that this graph is shifted horizontally to the left 2 units, shifted to minus 2. Or you can also put when x equal to minus 2, y equal to 0, when x equal to minus 1, y equal to 1, when x equal to minus 3, y also equal to 1, when x equal to 0, y equal to 2, when x equal to minus 4, y equal to 2. So the graph of this function will look like this. And you're only interested the piece from minus 4 to 0. That is why that will be enough for the graph of function y equal absolute value of x plus 2, as we are only interested for the graph from minus 4 to 0. So that finished the graph of the first piece. How about the second piece? The second piece is y equal to absolute value of x minus 2 for x between 0 to 4. So let's look at the second piece. So I draw the xy axis again. We know the function for y equal to absolute value of x, how it look like. So y equal to absolute value of x, we know you can draw the graph just like what I did just now. You have x equal to 0, y equal to 0, x equal to 1, y equal to 1, x equal to minus 1, y equal to 1, x equal to 2, y equal to 2, x equal to minus 2, y equal to 2. And you have the graph of y equal to absolute value of x. Now our function is y equal to absolute value of x minus 2. So if I draw the xy axis again, now this time the graph is shifted. You look at set x minus 2 equal to 0, get x equal to 2. So this is a translation from the original graph of y equal absolute value x to the right 2 unit. So initially the lowest point is at 0, now it's shifted to 2. So you can get, say, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, for example, when x equal to 2, y equals 0. Okay, everything from the graph of y equal absolute value of x shifted to the right 2 unit. So for example, when x equal to 1, y equal to 1. When x equal to 3, y equal to 1. When x equal to 0, y equal to 2. When x equal to 4, y also equal to 2. And you get the graph of this piece. Since we're only interested for the portion of the graph from 0 to 4, and we are having the graph from 0 to 4 now, that is sufficient. Now putting the graph together, on the left, I have a graph of y equal to absolute value of x plus 2 for x between minus 4 and 0. On the right, I have a graph of y equal to absolute value of x minus 2 for x between 0 and 4. Notice that when x equal to 0, the value of y is 2, but this is excluded. Combine these two together, then you have a graph like this. So let me label all the portion of the graph. So the portion of the graph look like this. This portion here on the left is y equal to absolute value of x plus 2. The portion on the right is y equal to absolute value of x minus 2. The intersection is x equals 0, y equal to 2. And that will be the end of the sketch, where your x is from minus 4 to 4.